I am back with yet another book review. Now, these two books were freaking fire, if I must say so myself. I got this one, I think, and read in like early 2020. They are by Medicine Man. This one's called Working Them Roots. And this one is Roots Craft Book of Ancestral Empowerment. Now, y'all, both of these books I like super, super, super highly recommend. It does talk a lot about hoodoo and stuff like that, but one other thing that I took from that is just ancestral history. Now, if you're into your ancestors, if you're into working with your ancestors, if you're into learning about your ancestors, this is the book. It just gives you like a real world approach. It went a lot into spirituality, in my opinion. To me, it was just more than like a hoodoo book, and like a lot of hoodoo books don't even give you like too much information, but this just gave me information. Like, even if I don't want to do hoodoo, he like fed my soul because he's teaching me things that I need just in my everyday life. And so I loved that aspect of the book. So he begins the book. It says, in all things African, the ancestors are the pivotal point of contact in all our rites and rituals. So we have to go through our ancestors who are in us, who are in our bloodline, and just like embedded in us, obviously, to get to where we need to be. We need to work with them. We need to still love on them, as above, so below, right? So that is just like the foundation of that. The basis for understanding hoodoo is rooted in the fact that spiritual teachings were shared from various tribes of people. In America, our ancestors brought with them the idea that their ancestors were the center point of communication for divination and root work. Okay? So, like, when I tell you a girl, like, highlighted that out of this book, you see like almost every page I done highlighted something. So that just lets you know how good of a book it was. I don't know what else is there, I promise you. And then same thing for the second one. Look at that, y'all. Like, when I say it was a good book, like, I'm like not even joking. It's just so much information in these books. Let me read this. It says, as we resolve problems, there are areas within them that we must address in order to fully evaluate the severity or non-severity of it. In the quest to discovering the severity of a problem, we should first assess how this issue came to the forefront of the person's life. Golden. Like, how many times as a person does someone do something to you and you are just like, they're shady, like, I can't believe this person did that, I can't believe, but why are they doing it? And he has me looking at it like, why? Like, there's a root cause to why a person is behaving the way that they're behaving, and that is so important in us going forward and having empathy with people and knowing that it's not personal. Like, the way someone behaves to you is not a indication of the type of person that you are. It's not an indication that you're good or you're bad, evil, or anything like that. It's an indication of how they view life and how they view themselves and stuff like that. Be it they're treating you well or they're treating you bad. It's an indication on how that person is viewing life. And so these books really have me looking at life differently. To me, it was, and maybe that's the foundation of hoodoo. Maybe I'm missing that element or something, as in like the foundation of it is not just the root work, it's just to get you to connect to spirit, to see things at a higher level of consciousness, which it does take a person, in my opinion, a higher level of consciousness to look at things like that. Because most of the time when people do stuff to us, we get defensive because we feel like it's a reflection of us. in some sort of way. We're just like, they're doing that to us because of, you know, XYZ. But these books just taught me to look at life in a different approach. And so therefore, I just really, really highly recommend them. Like, out of probably any of the other book reviews that I did, these two books were so far have been my favorite. I don't remember the pricing point. I do know that they came from Amazon, but I just feel like they're books that anyone could read, whether they're practicing or not, whether even if they're not into spirituality in that way. Like, if someone were a Christian, I think that they could benefit from these books. Like, the foundation of Christianity is to be a better person, to help others, and things like that. So to me, it wouldn't be too far off for a person that is Christian to read these books, take what you need and throw out the rest, kind of thing. Because they were, in my opinion, they were really phenomenal. When I did go on Amazon, I did see comments about like the grammatical errors and things like that, but like, tomato, eye roll. Like, just because someone spelled words wrong or didn't properly form a sentence does not at all take away from the freaking information that you're going to learn in this book. That's just like, you know, if someone were given a speech and they're like dropping cuss words to emphasize on certain things or whatever, does that take away from the information that they're giving you, the game, the knowledge that they're giving you? Like, no. Like, you may not want to hear all the cuss words, whatever else, like that may not be your thing, but at the end of the day, like, they're giving you game, they're giving you knowledge. Like, who cares? I don't know, sometimes stuff like that just really irks me. And I know this has nothing to do with the like book review itself, but them Amazon comments get on my nerves. Or UPS, let me see what else did. UPS brought my package 2 days late, so I'm giving this 2 stars. What does UPS have to do with the book? Like, was the book good? That's what I want to know. So, I don't know. That's just stuff that goes through my mind. But again, I'm very highly recommended. And I can't wait for my, I really like highlighting the books too, so that, because I do plan to pass them on to my kids. And, I can't wait until, you know, they're old enough in a couple of years to read it and really get this information, because I'm 35 right now and I'm barely getting this information and barely learning this about life. And so they'll have this when they're, I would say they will probably be ready for this book when they're like 14, 15, 16 kind of thing. And they're going to learn these points and how to view life correctly as teenagers, which is probably hard, because I know when you're a teenager, you're going through all these things. But they're going to learn this stuff, and they're not going to have to like be crazy like I was during that time until this point, because I'm learning how to be a better person. And these books like really just got me thinking and looking at life differently. So again, I don't know, I've said that like 50 times in this video, but highly recommend it. So check them out. Again, this one's called Wurkn Them Rootz, Guide to Ancestral Hoodoo by Medicine Man. And this one is Rootz Craft Book of Ancestral Empowerment. Check them out. If you do get them, let me know what you thought down in the comments.